また会ったな、旅人。怪盗祭というこの仮説に、お前のような多忙な旅人とリュウエ港で会えるとは、実に稀有なことだ。見ての通り、街を散策し、あらゆる人や鳥の声に耳を傾けている。近頃の王城堂は暇を持て余していてな。特に心配するようなこともない。同志は時折友人を訪ねるために外出する。だから俺も散歩がてら出かけてはいつものように茶を飲みながら講談を聞いている。祭りの時は講談師もそれに合わせた新たな講談を用意する。その多くは伝説の改変や野史の新説だ。話の真偽はともかく、これらの物語に含まれる活気は祭りには欠かせない。どうやらお前もここの講談を理解できるようになったようだな。月日が経てば人は変わり、伝統も変わる。怪盗祭も同じだ。古き時代のリーユエには戦が多く、人々は遠征から戻る戦士たちに帰路を示すため、夜になると明るい光を灯した。時代が落ち着いた今、消灯を放つ習慣は次第に記念の儀式となったのだ。リーユエ人にとって灯火の継承は英雄たちの魂の不滅を意味する。こうした時間に揺らぐことのない物事こそリーユエの根だ。旅人、お前がリーユエ人と一緒に怪盗祭を楽しんでくれることを祈っている。予定という言葉は俺にはそぐわない。俺はただ気の赴くままに好きなように散策し、好きなところに行くだけだ。だがお前にそう言われてみると、確かにこの祭りの機会にいろいろと回ってみるのもいいかもしれない。今日は3杯酔いで茶を飲んだ。明日は付近の屋台を回るとしよう。リーウェ人として町の繁栄を目にできるのは実に喜ばしいことだ。
到了多少？我来给您掰扯掰扯这个。
高兄，请。
都是百年难得一遇的奇珍异宝啊！
又见面了，旅行者。值此海灯佳节，能与你这般繁忙的旅人相逢于璃月港，实在难得。如你所见，闲游市井，听听街头巷尾的人声鸟鸣。近日往生堂比较清闲，没有需要我操心的事。堂主有时会外出访友，我便也外出走走。按惯例，先来此处点一壶茶，听一段书。遇上节庆日，说书人都会备好与之相符的新选段，大都是些传说改编或者野史新说。虽然事实难考，但足够热闹，确是节日首选。呵呵，看来你也渐渐熟悉这里的说书人了。岁月如梭啊，人会变，传统也会变。海灯节亦是如此。古时候，璃月战乱多发，人们为了让在外远征的战士认清回家的路，会在夜里点起明亮的灯。如今时局安稳，放宵灯这一习俗也渐渐转为了纪念仪式。对璃月人而言，灯火传承意味着阴魂不灭。这些不被时间撼动的事物，便是璃月的根。旅行者，希望你也能与璃月人一起欢度海灯节。安排二字并不适合我，我是个闲人，行走随心，想去哪里都是可以的。不过你这么一说，确实，也该趁着节日四处走走了。今天在3晚不过港喝茶，明天不如到附近别的铺子转转， 以贤人之身见证街市繁荣，也是件乐事啊。
또 만났군, 여행자. 해등절에 자네처럼 바쁜 여행자를 리워랑에서 만나다니 흔치 않은 기회야. 보다시피 거리를 돌아다니며 사람과 새들의 소리를 듣고 있네. 요즘 왕생당의 한가해서 신경 쓸 일이 별로 없거든. 당주가 밖에 친구를 만나러 가면 나도 산책하러 나오곤 해. 관례대로 먼저 이곳에 차 한잔하며 강담을 들으러 왔지. 명절이 되면 이야기꾼들이 그에 맞는 새로운 이야기를 준비하거든. 대부분 전설을 각색하거나 야사에서 발췌한 것들이야. 사실인지 확인하긴 힘들지만 놓쳐서는 안 될 인기 행사지. 자네도 이곳의 이야기꾼에게 익숙해졌나 보군. 세월이 참 빨라. 사람이 변하듯 전통도 변하지. 해등절도 마찬가지야. 고대 리월엔 전쟁이 끊이지 않아 멀리 전쟁 나간 전사들이 집에 올 때 길을 잃지 않도록 밝은 빛으로 밤을 밝혔어. 시국이 안정된 지금은 소등을 날리는 풍습도 점차 기념적인 행사로 바뀌었지. 리월 사람들에게 있어 등불이 꺼지지 않는 한 영웅들의 영혼도 멸하지 않아. 시간이 흘러도 변하지 않는 것들이 바로 리월의 뿌리야. 여행자, 리월 사람들과 함께 해등절 재미있게 즐기길 바라네. 계획이란 말은 내게 어울리지 않아. 난 한가한 사람이니 어디든 마음 가는 대로 갈 뿐이야. 하지만 자네 말 듣고 보니 모처럼의 축제인데 이곳저곳 돌아다녀 봐야겠군. 오늘은 세대포주점에서 차를 마시고 내일은 근처 가게를 좀 둘러봐야겠군. 한가로이 번화한 거리를 구경하는 것도 참 즐거운 일이지.
We meet again, traveler. What a rare opportunity to meet with you here in Liyue during this finest of festivals, as busy as you are on your travels. As you can see, I'm ambling the streets at my leisure, enjoying the sound of people chattering and birds chirping. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has been somewhat idle as of late, so I am presently unoccupied. When the director is out visiting friends, I take the opportunities to head out myself. Habit dictates that my first port of call is here, where I order myself a pot of tea and listen to the storyteller. At festival times, the storyteller will always select a few new passages that complement the spirit of the season. Most are variations on existing legends or accounts from folk history. Their historicity is questionable at times, but it is their entertainment value that makes them an excellent choice for the festive period. Then it seems you are becoming rather familiar with the storyteller at this establishment. Time marches forward relentlessly. People change. Traditions change. Lantern Rite is no exception. In times of old, Liyue was constantly at war. People lit lanterns and sent them into the sky to help guide the warriors on the distant front back to their home. Today we live in a time of peace, and the custom of releasing lanterns has become ceremonial in nature. For the people of Liyue, the ritual of lighting lanterns every year symbolizes the undying spirit of heroism. The things that refuse to be shaken by the passage of time, those are Liyue's roots. Traveler, I hope that you are able to celebrate the Lantern Rite together with the people of Liyue. Plans. Not a notion that can be easily applied to me anymore. I am a man of leisure. I simply go wherever I am inclined, wherever that may be. Although, now that you mention it, yes, I should make the most of this festive period by venturing to parts of Liyue that lie beyond the harbor. I began with tea at third round knockout today. Perhaps tomorrow I shall try somewhere else in the near vicinity. It is quite a joy to be idle and explore this bustling city at my leisure.
These rare and precious curios.
父さん、どうぞ。
このお客さんは明日の夜に宴の席を2つ予約してて、あのお客さんは宅配の注文を。わ、来てくれたんだ。解凍祭楽しんでる？あの子のこと気にかけてくれてありがとう。かまどもずっと熱々で、グーパーも喜んでるよ。大丈夫大丈夫、祭りは忙しいものだから。万民堂の味が恋しくなったらいつでも私に言ってね。どんなに忙しくてもあなたと一緒に過ごす時間は空けておくから。
中原のもつ焼き安くて美味しいよ。
都是百年的礼乐人实在是太强。
东家预定明晚的酒宴2桌，西家订的餐要送上门。啊，你来啦！海灯节快乐！嘿嘿，多谢你惦记他，灶前灶后都很火热，锅巴也很开心。还好还好，忙点才是过节嘛。你要是想念万明堂的味道，千万别怕麻烦我。事情再多，陪你的功夫总是有的。嘿。내일 저녁에 술잔치 예약 2테이블에 여긴 집까지 음식을 배달해줘야 하고. 왔구나! 해피의 등절! 걱정해줘서 고마워. 주방이 활기차서 누룽지도 엄청 기뻐하고 있어. 괜찮아. 명절엔 바쁜 게 당연하지. 만민당 음식이 그리우면 언제든 말해. 아무리 바빠도 너한테 요리해줄 시간은 있으니까.
대단해 리월 사람들.
Let me tell you how it is. A toast to our...
Okay, so we have one group booked for 2 tables for a banquet tomorrow night, and another group who needs their order delivered around the same time. Whew. Oh, hey! Happy Lantern Rite! Aw, thanks for asking. Well, neither the stove nor the atmosphere are dying down anytime soon, so Guob is as happy as can be. Could be worse, could be worse. Festivals are always a little busy, you know how it is. If you're craving anything off the Wanmin menu, don't worry about being a burden. However busy it gets, I'll always make time to cook for you.
Oya oya? 解凍祭楽しんでる？こんないい日に私のところに来るなんて。仕事の依頼をしに来たわけじゃなさそうだね。どうしたの？何か私に手伝ってほしいことでもあるの？単純に私に会いたくなっちゃったの？急にそんな優しくされたら怖い話で驚かせにくくなっちゃったじゃない。単純に私に会いたくなっちゃったの？実は解凍祭中でもね、結構忙しいの。シャンリンからレシピをいくつか聞いて今試してるところ。せっかく来たんだし一口どう？あれ？何その表情。逃げようとしてるの？行かないで！絶対まずくないから！
海灯节快乐呀！大好的日子跑我这里来，肯定不是来办业务吧？怎么啦？有事要我帮忙吗？哦，原来只是单纯想我了。你呀，突然这么贴心，我都不好意思编故事吓你了。哦，其实海灯节期间我也很忙的。我问香菱要了几份菜谱，正在试做呢。你来都来了，不如试试。干嘛？干嘛这个表情？不会是要走吧？别这样，保证不难吃。呀哈！ 해피 해등절! 이 좋은 날에 여기로 다니. 왕생당 일 때문에 온 건 아닐 테고. 무슨 일이야? 내가 도와줄 일이라도 생겼어? 그냥 내가 보고 싶었구나. 너 갑자기 이렇게 스윗하게 나오면 무서운 얘기로 놀래키지도 못하겠잖아. 그냥 내가 보고 싶었구나. 너 갑자기 이렇게 스윗하게 나오면 무서운 얘기로 놀래키지도 못하겠잖아. 사실 해등절 기간엔 나도 엄청 바빠. 향릉한테 레시피 몇 개 받아서 만들어 보고 있는데 온 김에 맛 좀 볼래? 뭐야 그 표정은? 그냥 가려고? 가지마. 맛은 보장할게. Well, hello there. A happy and healthy Lantern Rite to you. And what brings you here on this finest of days? Not business, I presume. So what is it? Need my help? I see. So you just missed me all of a sudden? Oh, you? Why'd you have to go and be so thoughtful, I couldn't possibly bring myself to scare you with a ghost story now. I see. So you just missed me all of a sudden? To tell the truth, this Lantern Rite's been a busy one for me. I got Xiangling to give me a few recipes, and I've been trying my hand at them. Since you're here, why don't you have a taste? What's that look for? You're not leaving already, are you? Come on, don't go. I promise they don't taste that bad, and I promise it's not a prank.
Oh, ちょうどいい時に来たな。今場所を開けよう。ほれ、リユー港の景色だ。いくら見ても見飽きないな。まあ、お父様から手紙をもらってな。お母様との旅行は順調だから、バーヤと私に解凍祭を楽しんでくれとのことだ。まあ、お父様から手紙をもらってな。お母様とのまったく去年もそう書いてあった。文面も変わらずだな。でもまあ私もお父様の洒落た風格を受け継いでいるのかもしれない。ほらこうして自分自身に何日か休暇を与え景色を楽しんでいるだろう。ああそうだ、お前を見て思い出したが、手紙を返す時にはお前のことも書いておこう。趣のある友人に出会えたことは家族にも伝えなければな。
来的正好，我给你挪个位置。那，璃月港的景色真叫人百看不厌。是啊，老爹给我寄了封信，说和老妈在外旅行一切都好，还祝姥姥和我海灯节快乐。是啊，老爹给我寄了封信，真是的，去年就这么写，连说法都不改。
不过嘛，我也算继承了他潇洒自在的作风。这不，我给自己放了几天假，开开心心看风景。啊，提醒我了，回信的时候也和他提一下你的事情吧。遇见有趣的朋友，一定得跟家里人说说。
마침 잘 왔어. 네 자리도 만들어줄게. 자, 리워랑의 풍경은 언제 봐도 질리지 않네. 응, 어머니랑 여행 잘하고 계신다고 아버지한테 편지가 왔어. 할머니랑 해등절 잘 보내라고 안부 인사도 보내셨고. 응, 어머니랑 여행 잘하고 계신다고. 정말이지. 작년에도 이렇게 왔는데 또 시 하나 안 바뀌었어. 근데 나도 아버지의 자유로운 스타일을 물려받긴 했나봐. 봐, 나도 경치 감상하려고 휴가 중이잖아. 참! 답장할 때 아버지한테 너에 대한 얘기도 해야겠다. 재밌는 친구를 만났다고 가족들에게 꼭 말해줘야지.
Perfect timing. Let me make some space for you. There. Look. Isn't that an amazing view? I can never get tired of it. Yep, I got a letter from my dad. He said all is well with him and Mom on their travels and wished me and Granny a happy Lantern Rite. So typical of my dad. He wrote the exact same thing last year. It's like his go-to Lantern Rite greeting. But hey, I guess he doesn't overthink these things, and that's where I get my carefree side from too. Look at me. I've taken a few days vacation just so I can enjoy the view. Oh, this reminds me. I should mention you when I write back. When you meet interesting new people, you've got to share it with your family.
Hmm? お前か。どうやら今年の解答祭も相変わらずのようだ。妖魔は退散し、世は安泰。同弱が知れば念願も果たされたことになろう。まさか我を花火に誘おうと来たわけではないだろうな。我はここで十分だ。花火は天高く打ち上がり、どこにいようとも見ることができる。それに我を訪ねたい者もここに来る。ここと城内に本質的な違いなどない。
你来了。我猜，今年的海灯节也已妖魔退却，人民安康。铜雀若能知道，也算是夙愿得偿了。来这里，总不会是要请我去城里看烟花吧？我待在这里就好。烟花飞得足够高，无论身处何处都能看见。想找我的人也都会过来。在这里跟在城里本也没有什么分别。
왔구나. 올해 해등절도 아마 크게 달라진 건 없을 거야. 요만은 물러갔고 백성들은 평안하지. 동작이 알았더라면 그의 수건이 이루어졌을 텐데. 불꽃 축제 보러 가자는 말 하려고 여기까지 온 건 아니겠지? 난 여기 있으면 돼. 불꽃이 높이 피어오른다면 어디서든 볼 수 있으니까 날 찾는 사람도 결국 여기로 올 거고. 이곳에 있든 성 안에 있든 다를 게 없어.
You're here.
I'm guessing this Lantern Rite is the same as every year. The demons have retreated, and the humans are safe and well. If Pervases knew, it would be a lifelong wish come true for him. I trust you're not here to invite me to watch the fireworks in the city. I think I'll be fine right here. As long as the fireworks fly high enough, you can see them from wherever you are. Besides, if anyone wishes to see me, I know they'll come and find me. So whether I'm here or in the city, it makes no difference.
どう？今年の花火は綺麗だったかしら？私たちの祭りに期待していた人たちが心から楽しんでくれていることを願ってるわ。本当？私に気を使ってそう言ってるわけじゃないわよね。意見があるのなら素直に言ってよね。本当？私に気を使ってとにかく祭りの期間中はもし時間があったら歩き回ってみて。なかなか見られない光景だから見逃さないでね。私も空き時間がもっとあったらいいのに。君を連れて街を回って今回の解凍祭のために頑張って用意した装飾を見せてあげたいわ。
如何？今年的烟花会好看吗？希望我们的节目能让期待节日的人感到高兴。真的，应该不是为了安慰我才这么说的吧？有意见要直说哦。真的，应该。总之，节庆期间你有时间的话，记得到处走走，景致难得，不要错过。我的空闲时间能再多一点就好了。真想带你四处逛逛，让你看看我们为这次海灯节精心准备的布设。
어때? 올해 불꽃 축제 볼만했지? 축제를 기대하던 사람들이 우리가 준비한 행사로 더 기뻐했으면 좋겠어. 정말? 날 위로해주려고 그렇게 말하는 거 아니지? 의견이 있으면 솔직하게 말해줘. 정말? 아무튼 축제 기간에 시간이 있으면 여기저기 돌아다녀봐. 이때만 볼 수 있는 경치도 있으니까 놓치지 마. 나도 여가 시간이 더 많았으면 좋을 텐데. 너와 이곳저곳 돌아다니면서 이번 해등절을 위해 열심히 준비한 것들을 보여주고 싶어.
What did you think of this year's fireworks display? I just hope this festival can be everything that people want it to be. Really? I hope you're not just saying that to reassure me. I want you to be straight with me if you have any suggestions. What did you think of this year's fireworks display? I just hope this festival can be everything that people want it to be. Really? I hope you're not just saying that to... Anyway, if you have any time during the festival, take a look around the city. There's a lot to see, but it won't last, so make the most of it. If only I had a little more free time. I'd love to take you around and show you everything we did to make the city look special during the festival.
Mata 解凍祭の時期が訪れたわね。旅人、リユエ港が恋しくなることはあるかしら。ええ、そうね。そうなの。そう言ってくれて嬉しいわ。長い年月が経った今、解凍祭も昔とはかなり違ったものになったわ。今年の設営準備にはとても手間がかかっているの。皆がどう思おうと、私はこの景色にとても満足している。この景色が あなたの旅を照らすことを祈っているわ。疲れた時にはリユエに戻ってきなさい。
又是一年海灯节，旅行者，璃月港是否会让你感到眷恋？也是。是吗？你能这么说，我很欣慰。岁月如梭，海灯节也已今非昔比。今年的筹备工作花了不少时间，不论旁人喜欢与否，我自己对这片景色还是很满意的。希望它也能成为你旅途中的一抹亮色。感到疲劳的时候，就回璃月来看看吧。
또 해등절이군. 여행자 리워랑이 그리웠던 적 있어? 응, 그렇겠지. 그래? 그렇게 말해주니 정말 다행이야. 세월이 참 빨라. 해등절도 예전과 많이 달라졌어. 올해는 준비 기간도 아주 길었지. 사람들의 의견이 어떻든 난 이 풍경이 매우 만족스러워. 이 풍경이 네 여행의 한 줄기 빛이 됐으면 좋겠어. 힘들 땐 언제든 리워를 보러 오렴.
Another Lantern Rite is upon us. Traveler, it seems Liyue has a way of drawing you back every once in a while. Do you miss it here? Naturally. Is that so? I am delighted to hear it. Times change. Suddenly the Lantern Rite of today is a wholly different affair from the past. The preparations were very lengthy this time. I don't know if it's to everyone's taste, but I, for one, am most satisfied with the way it has turned out. I hope that it might be a highlight of your journey. If you ever grow weary in your travels, know that you can always come back and visit Liyue.
Kaitō-sai はいかがでしょう。近頃はどのようにお過ごしだったんですか？すべてが順調にいくよう願っています。私のようにいつも何かしらの心配事を抱えることがありませんよ。何でもありません。見ての通り、Kaitō-saiは非常に賑わうため、処理すべきことも多く、玉境内に戻って事務を手伝おうと思っていたのですが、行幸様から何日か休むよう勧められてしまいました。仕事は急ぐ必要がない。仮説は友人と過ごすべきだと。しかし龍雲神君と一緒にいては、今年の仕事はどうだの、意中の人はいるのかなどとあれこれ聞かれることでしょう。残業の方がマシです。どうしてあなたまで。でも言葉にしたら少し楽になった気がします。私に付き合っていただきありがとうございます。
海灯节快乐呀！最近过得还好吗？希望你一切顺利，不要像我一样犯愁。也没别的，就是如你所见，海灯节诸事繁杂，我本应回玉京台帮着一同处理。宁光小姐却劝我再多休息几天，说是工作不急于一时，佳节期间 还该和亲友聚聚。可真要待在流云真君身边，不出几句话，他一定会问我今年工作怎么样，有没有心上人。是啊，还不如回去加班呢。哎，怎么连你也……不过，说出口之后，感觉已经轻松一些了。谢谢你能来陪我。
즐거운 해등절이에요. 잘 지내시죠? 모든 일이 순조롭길 바랄게요. 저처럼 고민에 빠지지 말고. 아, 별건 아니고 그냥 보시다시피 해등절 땐 일이 많거든요. 옥경대에 돌아가서 같이 처리하려고 했는데 은광님이 며칠 더 쉬고 오라고 하셔서요. 일은 언제든 할 수 있으니 명절 땐 가족과 친구를 만나고 오라고 하셨죠. 하지만 류은진 군에게 가면 분명 올해 일은 어떻냐, 마음에 드는 사람은 없냐 이런 걸 물어보실 거예요. 그러게요. 차라리 일하는 게 낫겠어요. 네? 여행자님마저... 그래도 말하고 나니 마음이 한결 편해졌네요. 저랑 이야기하러 와줘서 고마워요.
Happy Lantern Rite. How have you been recently? I hope everything's going well for you. Don't be like me, worrying all the time. Oh, it's nothing though. Just... As you can see, there's a lot going on during the Lantern Rite, and I was originally supposed to head back to Yujing Terrace to assist with the preparations. However, Lady Ningguang urged me to take a proper vacation. She said that there's nothing so urgent that it can't wait, and that this festival is a time to reconnect with friends and family. But if I really spent this vacation with Cloud Retainer, it wouldn't be long before she started asking me, "How has your career developed this year? Any new crushes one should know about?" Yes, I can handle overtime, but not that. What? Don't you start that as well. Besides that, I do feel better getting some of this off my chest. So, thank you for being here and listening to me.
Byaku sensei, 屋根の上に行って花火が見たい。あそこは高いから地面にいる山柄を驚かせなくて済む。
安心してください。山柄は足音を聞いただけでも飛んでいくので、元より驚かしてしまうことはありませんよ。ただ、私たちもここにあまり長いはできません。次の患者のもとへ行かないと。
病人重要。7、大丈夫。
解凍祭が終わった後にまたナナを連れて街を回りましょう。それでいいですか？
じゃあノートに書いておく。
ええ、わかりました。筆をどうぞ。
白 先生，我想去房顶上看烟花，那里很高，不会吓到地上的小团雀。
放心，小团雀只要听到有脚步声就会飞开，它们不会被吓到的。我们也不能在这里逗留太久，还要去下一个地方出诊。
病人更重要。七七，没关系。
等忙过海灯节这阵子，再带七七去各处转转，好不好？
那我要记在笔记上。
好，好，好，来，给你笔。
백선생님, 치치 옥상 가서 불꽃놀이 보고 싶어요. 거긴 높아서 땅에 있는 참새들이 놀라지 않을 거예요.
걱정 마. 참새들은 발소리만 들려도 날아가니까 놀라지 않아. 우리도 여기 너무 오래 머무를 수 없어. 다음 환자 진찰하러 가야지.
네, 환자가 중요하죠. 치치는 괜찮아요.
해등절에 바쁜 일 다 끝나면 치치 데리고 여기저기 구경시켜줄게. 괜찮지?
그러면 노트에 적어둘래요.
그래, 그래. 자, 펜 줄게.
Baizhu, I want to go on the roof to watch the fireworks. It's high up there. I don't want to disturb the finches down on the ground.
Don't worry, Qiqi. Finches just fly away as a precaution whenever they hear footsteps approaching. It's not because they're scared. We can't stay here for too long, I'm afraid. We still have patients to visit.
Okay. Patients are more important. Don't mind, Qiqi.
The busy period will die down after the festival ends, and then I'll take you wherever you want to go. Promise. Okay, Qiqi?
Let me write that down in my notebook.
All right. Here's your pen.
Nanda ka, ずっと忙しくしていたせいか、何か忘れている気が。
趙雲、警察層の緑や水に美しいという言葉はふさわしいと思うかい？僕は。
あ、思い出した。妖魔だ。行明、早く古書を出してくれ。よく読んでみよう。務めを忘れてはいけない。
まあまあ、そう焦らないでくれ。お茶を一口ずつ味わうのと同じように、物事も一つずつこなすべきだ。焦ると前しか見えなくなる。敵に背中を向けてしまっては、たとえ君と僕のように力を持つ者でも、退けるのに苦労するだろう。
確かに理にかなってるな。わかった。ここはお前を信じよ
う。よし。で、さっきはどこまで話したっけ？思い出せない。君も思い出すのを手伝ってくれ。
実は僕も忘れてしまった。总感觉这一路忙来忙去，是不是忘了点什么？
重云，你看清侧庄这青山绿水，是否当得起秀美二字？我认为……
啊，想起来了，妖魔呢？Xingqiu，快把古籍拿出来好好看看，不可耽误大事。
哎呀，莫要急躁，
茶要一口一口喝，事要一件一件做。要是操之过急，弄得自己腹背受敌，纵使你我二人武力超群，也难应对啊。
也有道理。行吧，就再信你一回。
好，那刚才说到哪里来着？有点记不起来了，快帮我想想。
其实我也忘了。
아무래도 정신없어서 뭔가를 잊은 듯해.
중훈, 경책 산장의 푸른 산과 물을 보면 아름다움이란 단어가 절로 떠오르지 않아? 나는...
아! 생각났다! 요마는? 행추, 어서 고대 서적을 펼쳐봐. 아주 중요한 일이라고.
에이, 조급해하지 마. 차를 한 모금씩 천천히 마시는 것처럼 일도 하나씩 차근차근 처리해야 하는 거야. 성급하게 했다간 오히려 적에게 둘러싸일 수 있어. 너랑 내 실력이 아무리 뛰어나도 빠져나오기 쉽지 않을 거야.
일리 있어. 좋아, 한 번만 더 믿어볼게.
그래. 어디까지 이야기했더라? 기억이 안 나네. 너도 빨리 생각해봐.
실은 나도 까먹었어.
With everything that's happened on the way here, I feel like we're forgetting something.
Chongyun, just look at the stunning scenery of Qingce Village. If I could sum it up in one word, would you say exquisite does it justice? I think that.
I remember now. What about the demons? Quick, Xingqiu, get the ancient texts out. There isn't a moment to lose.
Careful now, Chongyun. Let's not rush into this. Justice tea is to be imbibed one sip at a time. These things must be done step by step. If we are too hasty and end up with enemies on all sides, even we, with our level of martial prowess, may find ourselves overpowered.
You do have a point. All right then. I'll take you at your word. Again.
Excellent. Now then, what was I talking about? Now I've lost my train of thought. Help me, Chongyun. What was I saying?
I've forgotten too.
Ah, 宴会の雰囲気が良かったからつい歌に力が入って喉が枯れちまった。
付き合わせて悪かったな。お疲れさん。
なんてことないぜ。北斗さんと海に出られていろんなことを知れたし、みんなと一緒に祭りを祝うこともできた。本当に最高の気分で最高の解凍祭だ。そうだ、北斗さん、船員たちを家族のとこに帰らせたみたいだけど、一人で退屈しないのか？
それはないさ。昨日も対局に誘われたんだ。気が向いたら好きな時に上に行けばいい。
上？ああ、軍玉閣か。
まあこの話は置いといて、休憩が終わったらもう少し食いに行こうぜ。年に一度の解凍祭なんだ。みんな楽しまないとな。
宴会气氛实在太好，唱得太卖力，嗓子都有点哑了。来回折腾，实在是辛苦你了。哪有，能跟北斗姐出海长见识，还能和大家一起庆祝节日，再充实不过了。这是最棒的海灯节。对了，北斗姐，你让船员们回家探亲，自己一个人不会无聊吗？怎么会？昨天还有人请我去下棋，我要是想下，随时上去就行。上去？是去群玉阁啊？先不说这个， 等你休息完，咱们再去吃一顿呗。1年1次的海灯节，大家都要尽兴啊！
연애 분위기가 너무 좋아서 무리했더니 목이 좀 쉬었네.
이것저것 정말 고생 많았어.
아니야, 북던이랑 바다도 나가보고 다 같이 축제도 즐길 수 있어서 엄청 즐거웠어. 최고의 해등절이었다니까? 참, 북던이, 선원들은 다 가족들 보러 집에 갔는데 혼자 심심하지 않아?
심심하긴. 어제도 누가 같이 바둑 두자고 하던걸? 내가 두고 싶으면 언제든지 올라가면 돼.
올라간다고? 아, 군옥강 말하는 거구나.
그 얘긴 나중에 하고 충분히 쉬고 나면 또 같이 맛있는 거 먹으러 가자고. 1년에 한 번밖에 없는 해등절인데 제대로 즐겨야지.
That party was a real blast. You know you had a good time when you ended up singing a little too hard and straining your voice.
Seems I've caused you all sorts of trouble. Sorry it's been so tough on you.
Are you kidding me? I got to go out on the ocean with you and celebrate the festival with y'all. Couldn't have asked for more. Best Lantern Rite ever! I was gonna ask, though, now that your crew is all back home with their families, aren't you gonna get bored on your own?
Not a chance. Just yesterday I got an invitation to play some chess. Said I can head up for a game whenever I'm down to play.
Head up? Oh, right. You mean to the Jade Chamber.
Moving on. When you're feeling better, we should grab some food together. Lantern Rite only comes once a year, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it.
Liyue港の夜は奥蔵さんの真昼よりも明るい。はじめはこのような景色にかなり違和感があった。だが人々はこれこそが解凍祭だという。皆明るい場所が好きであるがゆえに、解凍祭の話になるといつも笑顔になるのだろう。真似してみよう。これはどうだ？主はずっとここにいるのか？そうか。こうして主と会えてとても嬉しい。解凍祭がこのまま永遠に続いてほしいものだ。
璃月港的夜晚比奥藏山的白昼更明亮。起初我很不习惯这样的景色，但人们说这就是海灯节。我猜大家都很喜欢明亮的地方，所以每每提起海灯节总是带着笑容。我学给你看，像这样。你会一直留在这里吗？这样啊，能像这样跟你见面，我很高兴。真希望海灯节能一直持续下去，不要结束。
工作调动之后，真是轻松了不少。
리워랑의 밤은 오장산의 낮보다도 밝아. 처음엔 이런 풍경이 익숙하지 않았는데 다들 이게 바로 해등절이라고 하더군. 사람들은 밝은 곳을 좋아하나 봐. 그래서 해등절 얘기만 하면 얼굴에 웃음이 가득해. 내가 따라해볼게. 이렇게 말이야. 너 계속 여기에 있을 거야? 그렇군. 이렇게 너와 만날 수 있어서 정말 기뻐. 해등절이 끝나지 않고 계속 이어졌으면 좋겠네.
Liyue Harbor by night is even brighter than Mount Aocang by day. I couldn't get used to this view at first, but I'm told this is how it always looks at the Lantern Rite. I guess everyone likes brightly lit places, because every time you mention Lantern Rite, people can't help but smile. Like this. Look. Will you be staying here for good now? Oh, I see. Well, it's nice to see you. If Lantern Rite could continue indefinitely, that would be even better.
Since my transfer.
警察層であなたにお会いできるなんて思いもしませんでした。気にかけていただきありがとうございます。近頃はジャクシン先輩のお誘いで警察層で講演していました。お年寄りやお子さんに聞かせていますが、皆さんとても楽しんでくださって私もとても誇らしかったです。ジャクシンおばあ様は若い頃役者だったのです。今でもとても輝いています。舞台に立っている時、私ども役者は常に気を張っていないといけません。ですが今は舞台から離れ、少し肩の力を抜くことができる時間です。ちょうどいい茶葉を持っているのです。お行きになる前にご一緒にお茶をいかがですか？ここから消灯を見るのもまた趣がありますね。もしよろしければゆっくりお話をいたしましょう。
没想到能在清侧庄见到你，承蒙关心。近日受若心前辈邀请来清侧庄演出，虽说是唱给老人孩子听，但大家听得高兴，我也很是自豪。若心奶奶年轻时也是位角儿呢，如今见她依然觉得神采奕奕。做这行就是这样。上台得时刻保持状态。现在是在台下，可以把这根弦略微松一松。我这儿有上好的茶叶，要不要喝杯茶再走？村子里看宵灯也算别有风情。你若不嫌弃，我来慢慢为你说道。
경책산장에서 여행자님을 만날 줄은 몰랐어요. 걱정해줘서 고마워요. 걱정해줘서 고마워요. 최근 약심 선배님의 초청을 받아 경책산장에서 공연하고 있어요. 관중들이 거의 어르신과 아이들인데 즐겁게 봐주셔서 저도 무척 자랑스러워요. 약심 할머니도 젊었을 때 연극 배우셨거든요. 지금도 여전하시더라고요. 이 일을 하면 다 그렇죠. 무대에선 늘 좋은 상태를 유지해야 돼요. 지금은 무대 아래에 있으니까 좀 느슨해져도 된답니다. 저한테 좋은 차가 있는데 한 잔 드시고 가실래요? 마을에서 소등을 보는 것도 꽤 운치 있답니다. 괜찮다면 제가 천천히 설명해 드릴게요.
Oh, I didn't expect to run into you in Qingce Village of all places. Thanks for your concern. I'm touched. A few days ago, Granny Roshin invited me to come out here and give a performance. It's mostly old folks and children who live out this way, so I didn't know whether it would be to their tastes. But everyone seemed to enjoy it, so I'm very proud of myself. She was a famous opera singer in her youth, too. She's still got it if you ask me. In show business, while you're on stage, you constantly have to be in control of everything you're doing to manage your image. So when you're off stage, it's a relief to finally loosen up a little. I have some excellent tea here. Would you care to stay for some refreshments before you depart? Watching the Xiao lanterns from the village is quite a unique experience in its own right. If you'd like, I can tell you all about it.
Hmm? 来ていたのか。すまない。先ほどは他のことで気がそれていた。官報鉄器。創業100年の老舗だ。何代にもわたり継承されてきたリーユエでも指折りの鍛冶屋だ。鍛造においては正確であること、そして勤勉であることが重要になる。武器を鍛造し鉱石を扱うことは実に根気のいる作業なんだ。鉄を打つ音は常人の耳にはうるさいものかもしれない。だがそれを楽しむことのできる者の耳には息を忘れるほどに集中力を研ぎ澄ませる鐘の音に聞こえるという。金属を叩くその音を聞くと無意識のうちに心が静まり落ち着き集中する。雑念が取り払われ全力を注ぎ込むことができる。得意というより情勢がそのような状況をもたらしたと言った方が正しい。戦乱の時代、武器は必要不可欠なものであった。リーユエの地脈は霊妙で、ありとあらゆる種類の希少な鉱石を産出する。そこから名称の放棄が生まれるのは当然のことだ。だが俺はやはり希少な石よりも巧みな技の方が優れたものだと思っている。真の名称は決して希少な鉱石にこだわることはない。旅人、これまでリーユエに来てク家と家を聞いたことはあるか。家は歴史が古い鍛造一家だ。今でも子孫が本家の技術を受け継いでいる。そして家の方はその一つの仕事にとどまらずさまざまな商売に手を広げている。精進を重ねるという家訓のもと、家の子孫たちはさまざまな業界で活躍しているようだな。なんだ、お前も知り合いだったのか。リーユエの名役者である彼女は確かに家のものだ。彼女の一家は転業が早く、父の代から戯曲を専門とするようになった。時が経つにつれ、人々は家の過去を忘れ、彼女の一家と鍛造業を結びつけることがなくなった。一族の変遷はリーユエの歴史において重要な要素だ。リーユエを訪れた際にはこれらの物語をゆっくりと聞いてみるといい。ならば読書が良い方法だろう。書籍の内容は時代を経るごとに少しずつ変わっていくが、本は人間の鏡とも言える。読書は良い娯楽であり、実に有益なものだ。
哦，你来了。抱歉，刚才被其他事情吸引了注意力。寒风铁器是100年老店，经几代人传承，已算得上是璃月排得上号的铁匠铺了。锻造一事讲究精与勤，锻打武器、处理矿石，都是极费耐心的功夫活。打铁发出的响声对常人来说噪杂刺耳，但在享受这份技艺的人耳中，则是足以令人屏息凝神的钟声。听见金属击打的声音， 会不自觉地静心、平气、专神，摒除杂念，全情投入。与其说是擅长，不如说是情势所致。战乱时代，兵器是必备必争之物。璃月地脉灵妙，能出产各类珍奇矿石，民工宝器应之而生，本是合情理之事。不过我始终认为，巧工高于奇实，真正的名将绝不会拘泥于稀有矿石。旅行者，你来璃月这么久，可曾听过昆家与云家？昆家是历史悠久的断野世家，现今仍有后人传承本家的手艺。云家则不局限于这一行，开枝散叶，分去了各行各地。云家后人沿袭精益求精的家训，已在其他不少行业崭露头角。原来你也认识云先生，璃月名角云锦先生，确实是云家的后人。他家祖辈转行早，父辈一脉专研戏曲，久而久之，人们忘记云家的往事，就无法将他家与锻造业联系在一起了。家族演变乃是璃月历史的重要构成。来璃月一趟，若有闲暇，不妨听听这些人文故事。读书是个好办法。虽说书籍内容也会随时代变更出现偏差，但书是人的镜子。读书是上等的消遣，总是有些益处的。
어서 와. 미안하군. 잠깐 다른 일에 집중하느라. 한봉철기는 100년 전통의 가게야. 몇 대째 이어져 오고 있어. 오늘날 리월에서 손에 꼽히는 대장간이라 할 수 있지. 단조의 핵심은 정교함과 근면함이야. 무기를 단조하고 광석을 가공하기 위해선 엄청난 인내심이 필요하거든. 쇠를 두들기는 소리가 일반인한텐 소음처럼 들리지만 이 기회를 즐기는 사람한텐 숨쉬는 것조차 잊을 정도로 집중하게 만드는 종소리와도 같아. 금속을 두들기는 소리를 들으면 마음이 평온해지고 호흡이 차분해진다네. 잡념을 없애고 온 정신을 집중할 수 있어. 그렇다기보단 상황상 어쩔 수 없이 했을 뿐이야. 전란의 시기에 무기는 없어서는 안 될 물건이니까. 리월의 신묘한 지맥은 각종 진귀한 광석을 생산해. 그러니 여러 장인의 작품이 나오는 건 어찌 보면 당연한 일이야. 하지만 난 진귀한 재료보다 기술이 더 중요하다고 본다네. 진정한 장인은 절대 재료에 얽매이지 않아. 여행자, 리월에 온 지도 꽤 됐는데 곤씨 집안과 운씨 집안에 대해 들어본 적 있나? 곤씨 집안은 아주 오래된 대장장이 가문이야. 아직까지도 본가의 기술을 계승하고 있지. 운씨 집안은 이 분야뿐 아니라 여러 분야로 뻗어나갔어. 운씨 집안의 후손은 장인 정신을 추구하는 가훈을 계승해 여러 분야에서 두각을 드러내고 있지. 자네도 운 선생을 아는군. 리월의 명배우 운근 선생이 바로 운씨 가문의 후손일세. 그 집안 선조들은 일찍이 업을 바꿨고 운 선생의 아버지 때부터 연극에 전념했지. 그러다 보니 사람들은 점점 운씨 가문의 과거를 잊었고 그들이 단조업계에 종사했다는 사실도 잘 모른다네. 가문의 변천사는 리월 역사의 중요한 부분 중 하나야. 리월에 왔으니 시간 될 때 이런 인문 역사적인 이야기를 듣는 것도 나쁘지 않을 거야. 책을 읽는 것도 좋은 방법이지. 책의 내용도 시대에 따라 달라질 수 있지만 책이 마음의 거울이라는 말이 있듯 독서는 아주 고귀한 취미야. 분명 도움이 될 테지.
you're here. I do apologize. Another matter was occupying my mind just now. Hanfeng's Ironmongers has a long history. Ownership has been passed down from generation to generation, and today it is known as the most reputable blacksmith in the land. The art of forging prizes precision and diligence. The tasks of forging weapons and processing ore require a great deal of time and patience. To most, the sound of iron being struck with a hammer is loud and intrusive. But to those who appreciate this art form, it is like the toll of a bell, breathtaking and transfixing. The sound of metal clashing with metal causes one to fall quiet, calms one's spirit, focuses one's attention, and then, with a mind emptied of unwanted thoughts, devote oneself fully to the work at hand. Any talent I possess comes not from natural inclination, but out of necessity. In times of war, weapons are indispensable equipment and highly sought after. The wondrous ley lines of Liyue produce all manner of exquisite ore. It follows naturally that distinguished artisans and prized wares arise in response. But I have always thought that a craftsman's ingenuity is far more valuable than any precious stone. The most accomplished in their craft do not limit themselves to working exclusively with rare ores. Well, traveler, after your long sojourn in Liyue, I trust you will have heard of the houses of Kun and Yun. The House of Kun is a long-established name in the art of forging. To this day, their descendants continue their craft. The House of Yun did not limit themselves to this craft. They branched out into many different disciplines and districts. Their descendants today still uphold the work ethic taught within their family for generations. Even ostensible perfection can oft be improved upon through diligence. This has contributed towards their excellence in numerous fields. Ah, so you are acquainted with Miss Yun? Yes, the talented Yun Jin of Liyue operatic fame is indeed a descendant of the historic House of Yun. Her ancestors changed professions long ago. It was her father's generation that dedicated themselves to the performing arts. In this day and age, the Yun family's history has been forgotten, and nobody knows of the connection they once had to the art of forging. The evolution of families over the ages has been a profound force in shaping Liyue's history. While you're here, if you have the time, you may find learning about the human history of Liyue to be illuminating. Much that you might want to know can be found in books. Even books change over the generations, causing discrepancies between their contents and the historical facts. But books can function as a mirror for humanity. Reading is the noblest of pastimes. There is always some benefit to be derived.
やはりまた会ったな。3日続けて会うとは縁がある。なあ、昨日あの話をした後、書店に行って近頃流行りの本を読みたくなってな。旅人、お前はリーウェの書籍の起源を知っているか？人々は木々の繊維から紙を作り出し、読みやすくするために紐で紙を固定した。それが本だ。その後、より良い本をより早く作るため、人々は活字印刷の技術を発明した。それが長い年月を経て進化し、ようやく大量生産できる書籍が生まれた。それからさまざまな物語や小説が増えていった。旅人、何か印象に残っているリーウェの書籍はあるか？ほう、お前もその本を読んだことがあるのか。この本の著者はかなり思慮深く、思考が新規で、俺でも本の内容を理解しきれないほどだ。 まるで他人の人生を見ているかのように新鮮に読めた。神と仙人は常人にとってあまりにも遠い存在であり、描くことが難しいものだ。眼神モラクスは確かに属性を巡ることがある。だが派手な化身はそれほど多くない。ただ街を歩くのであれば人々の注意を引かなければそれでいいからな。変装をしすぎては本末転倒になりかねない。このような差こそ逸話と生死の違いだ。他人の作品を読むことは他人の目で世界を見ることと同じ。不思議で趣がある。その本は確かに印象深いものだ。あまりにも難解で人々の間ではさほど流行していないと聞いた。しかしその本に書かれている何人かの夜叉は確かに実在していた。夜叉一族はリーユエの後進だ。彼らは戦に身を投じ犠牲となった。近くは港から遠くは草原に至るまでリーユエは古くから彼らの助けによって平和を維持してきた。お前も本物の夜叉とは会っているだろう。ああ、今の彼は敵家衆の方にいる。将は単独行動を好んでいるが、お前ほどの実力者からの誘いであれば拒まないだろう。彼に会ったら解答祭を楽しむよう伝えてくれ。
果然又见面了，连见3日，实在有缘。昨日说到相关事宜，便想着来书店看看近期流行的书刊。旅行者，你是否听过璃月书籍的起源？人们研磨树浆制造出纸张，为了取用阅读方便，又用绳结将纸张固定在一起，谓之书。后来，为了更快更好地制造书本，人们又发明了活字印刷术，几经演变，最终诞生出这类便于量产印刷的书籍。从那以后，各式各样的故事与画本也越来越多了。旅行者，有没有让你印象深刻的璃月书籍？哦，原来你也见过这本。此书作者颇有想法，思维飘逸，书中所写内容就连我也不甚了解，读起来很新鲜，仿佛是在看别人的人生。神与仙对常人而言太过遥远，确实很难描摹。岩神摩拉克斯确实会在人间巡游，不过倒也没有那么多花哨的化身，只是走在街上不引起他人注意即可，过分伪装反而容易本末倒置。此中偏差正是异化与正史的区别。读他人作品，无异于用他人的眼睛看世界，陌生之余又有趣味。这本啊，确实让人印象深刻。据说这本书过于艰涩难读，很不受欢迎，但书中所写那几位夜叉，确有其人。夜叉一族是璃月的功臣，他们历经战事，牺牲良多，近至海港，远至层岩，一直以来，璃月都因他们的庇佑而平安。你应当见过真正的夜叉。如今他常在迪花洲一带现身。他习惯独自行动，不过若是像你这样可靠的伙伴，相信他不会拒绝。要是见到他， 不妨也道一声节日快乐。
또 만났군. 3일 연속으로 만나다니 보통 인연이 아니군. 그래, 어제 책 얘기를 했더니 생각나서 요즘 유행하는 책은 무엇인지 보러 서점에 왔다네. 여행자, 리월 서적의 기원에 대해 들어본 적 있는가? 사람들은 나무로 종이를 만들었고 읽기 편하게 줄을 이용해 종이를 고정해 이를 책이라 불렀지. 후에 사람들은 책의 제작 품질과 속도를 높이기 위해 활자 인쇄술을 발명했고 오랜 발전 끝에 마침내 대량 생산이 가능한 오늘날의 서적이 탄생했어. 그때부터 다양한 이야기와 연극 각본이 점점 많아졌지. 여행자, 리월에서 인상 깊게 봤던 책이 있나? 너도 그 책을 읽었구나. 그 작가는 꽤 색다른 시각을 가졌더군. 나도 내용을 잘 이해하지 못할 정도였으니 그래서 아주 신선했어. 마치 다른 사람의 인생을 경험하는 것처럼. 평범한 사람들에게 신과 선의는 아주 먼 존재이니 글로 표현하기 쉽지 않았을 거야. 바위신 모락스가 인간 세상에 내려오긴 했었지만 그렇게 화려한 모습을 하진 않았거든. 길거리에서 사람들의 이목을 끌지 않는 정도면 충분했지. 과하게 위장하면 오히려 역효과가 날 뿐이야. 이러한 오차가 바로 일화와 정확한 역사의 차이점이겠지. 타인의 작품을 읽는 건 타인의 눈으로 세상을 보는 거나 다름없어. 낯설면서도 흥미롭더군. 확실히 인상 깊은 작품이지. 그 책은 난해해서 별로 인기가 없다고 들었어. 하지만 책에 등장하는 야차들은 다 실제로 존재하는 인물이지. 야차 일족은 리월의 공신이었다네. 그들은 전쟁을 겪고 정말 많은 희생을 했어. 항구에서부터 멀리 있는 칭암까지 그들의 비호가 없었다면 이렇게 평화롭지 못했을 거야. 자네도 진정한 야차를 본 적이 있을 테지? 맞아. 그는 지금 적화주 일대에 자주 나타나. 손은 혼자 움직이는 걸 좋아하지만 자네 같은 듬직한 동료라면 절대 거절하지 않을 걸세. 그를 보게 되면 즐거운 명절 보내라고 말해주게.
Ah, I wondered if I might run into you again. This makes the third day in a row. Perhaps it is fate rather than coincidence. Yes. After our conversation yesterday, I thought I might visit the book house and see what constitutes popular literature these days. Indeed. Traveler, do you know anything of the origins of books in Liyue? First, people ground wood into pulp to make paper. For ease of reading, they began binding sheets together to make what we now call books. Later, they developed movable type printing to improve the speed and quality of production. Eventually, the technology developed to the point where books like those we see here can easily be produced in great quantities. There has been a proliferation of literary genres and works since that time. Traveler, is there any book from Liyue that has made a particularly strong impression on you? Oh, so you've read it too. The author does not lack for ideas. Sometimes they move in strange directions, and even I cannot claim to fully understand their meaning. But it makes for fresh and interesting reading material, a lot like reading somebody else's biography. Gods and adepti are far removed from the mortal experience. That they are difficult to portray in writing is no surprise. It is true that the Geo-Archon Morax would journey in the mortal realm from time to time. But there was not quite so much ostentatious shape-shifting as the books would have you believe. When the goal is to wander the streets undetected, Donning an overly elaborate disguise is somewhat self-defeating. Such discrepancies illustrate the difference between history as it happened and folk accounts based on hearsay. The value of reading accounts penned by others is in the chance to view the world through their eyes. It is very often an unfamiliar sight, though never an uninteresting one. Ah, yes. A memorable work indeed. I have heard that this is an unpopular book due to its often impenetrable prose, and yet the yakshas described in it are real historical figures. They were loyal servants of Liyue. They lived through a bitter war and sacrificed much. All of Liyue, from harbor to chasm, is indebted to the yakshas for their protection over the years. I believe you have seen one of these yakshas in the flesh. Yes. These days he often appears at Dihua Marsh. He is given to solitude, but I suspect that he would not turn away a reliable companion such as yourself. Should you happen to see him, please, pass on my season's greetings.
青く澄んだ水面が空を映し、咲き誇る花は海にも勝る。これぞ摘果集。摘果集は水と足に囲まれた地だ。高いところから眺めれば、まさに息を飲むような美しさと言える。防除旅館は摘果集の中央に位置し、美しい景色と美味しい料理を楽しみたい旅行客に人気の場所だ。だが、防除旅館はただの宿ではない。高い場所に位置する旅館は視界が開けており、周囲の状況を把握することができる。その上、旅館があるこの道はリーウェイへつながる主な道の一つだ。この地を守るのはとても重要なことだと言える。ああ、それも彼がここにとどまる理由の一つだろう。ここから南東を眺めると幸運閣が見える。幸運閣の下には魔人が封印されており、妖魔を生みやすい。時折彼は摘果集からそこへ向かうことがある。各地を行き来するのは容易なことではない。今回俺は将を訪ねるためにここに来たのだが、まさか旅館の炉台にいないとは。ああ、だが構わない。これからいくらでも機会はある。そういえば防除旅館の料理人はとても美味な料理を作る。確か月酔い祭ではリーウェ港で料理対決があったな。旅館のその料理人は摘果集地区の代表として大会で準優勝だったらしい。優れた料理の技術は何千里をかけてでも食べる価値がある。高い場所といえば、ある場所を一つ思い出した。その場所はかつて仙人が使っていたのだが、その後放置されてな。今は誰が手入れをしているのだろうか。明日はそこへ行くとしよう。
碧水接天，繁花盛海，说的就是荻花洲了。荻花洲伴水而生，蒲苇瑟瑟，登高望远，的确美不胜收。望舒客栈地处荻花洲中部，美景美食并收，往来旅客大多喜爱在此休憩。不过，望舒客栈可不只是旅店。客栈建在高处，视野极佳，便于监视四周。它所在的这条路，更是通往璃月的要道之一。 镇守此地至关重要。确实是他停留在此的原因之一。从这里向东南远眺，能望见孤云阁。孤云阁下封印着魔神，一生妖邪。有时萧也会从荻花洲赶去那里，往来奔波，很是不易。我此番来这儿，本想慰问他几句，没想到他不在客栈楼顶。无妨，以后有的是机会。说来，望舒客栈的大厨很会做菜。我记得竹月节期间，梨月港内办过一场厨艺比赛，客栈里这位大厨是荻花洲赛区的代表人物，成功拿下了大赛亚军。好厨艺，值得人们不远千里赶来品尝。另外，提到登高，我想起了另一处地方。那个地方，许久之前曾被仙人征用，后又闲置下来，不知如今是否还有人打理。明天就去那里。
벽수가 하늘과 맞닿고 꽃이 활짝 핀 곳이 바로 적화주라네. 적화주의 물 위엔 억새가 살랑이지. 높은 곳에서 바라보는 그 아름다움은 이루 말할 수 없어. 적화주의 중심부에 있는 망서 객자는 아름다운 풍경과 맛있는 음식을 동시에 즐길 수 있어 그곳을 지나는 여행객들이 많이 찾지. 하지만 망서 객자는 단순한 여관이 아니라네. 객잔이 높은 곳에 있어서 시야가 트이니 주위를 감시하게 해도 딱이지. 객잔이 위치한 길은 리월로 통하는 주요 통로 중 하나야. 그래서 이곳을 지키는 게 아주 중요해. 맞아, 그가 이곳에 머무는 이유 중 하나라네. 이곳에서 남동쪽을 바라보면 고운각이 보여. 고운각 아래엔 마신이 봉인돼 있어서 요마들이 자주 출몰하곤 해. 소가 가끔 적화주에서 그곳으로 출동하기도 하지. 왔다 갔다 하는 게 쉬운 일이 아닐 텐데 이곳에 온 김에 안부라도 물을까 했더니 객잔 옥상에 없더군. 아, 괜찮네. 기회라면 언제든 있으니까. 그건 그렇고 망서객잔 주방장 솜씨가 대단하더군. 추걸절에 리워랑에서 요리대회를 열었었지. 이 객잔의 주방장이 적화주 지역 대표로 나가서 2위를 차지했었어. 좋은 요리는 천리를 가서라도 먹을 만한 가치가 있지. 높은 곳이라면 또 한 곳이 생각나는군. 거긴 오래전 선인이 사용하다가 방치된 곳인데 지금은 관리하는 사람이 있나 모르겠군. 내일은 그곳에 가봐야겠어.
Where the clear blue water runs into the sky, and an ocean of silver grass stretches out before the eye. That was written about Dihua Marsh. From an altitude, the sight of reeds on the water rustling gently in the breeze is indeed a sight beautiful beyond compare. Wangshu Inn is located in the heart of Dihua Marsh and provides the finest in both food and scenery. It is no wonder that travelers are fond of staying here. But Wangshu Inn is no mere guest house. It was built tall to provide superior visibility for surveying the surrounding terrain. And it was built here on this road because it is one of the main routes for traffic into the region. This is a strategic location that must be defended at all costs. Yes, that is one of the primary reasons that he frequents the inn. Looking southeast from here, one can see all the way to Guyun Stone Forest. With gods lying sealed beneath those rocks, the area is frequently afflicted with monster activity. Xiao often goes back and forth between here and Guyun. Being constantly on the move must be tiring for him. My purpose in coming here was to give him a few words of comfort, but to my surprise, I did not find him on the roof. Perhaps so. Nevertheless, this trip was by no means a waste. Besides, there shall be no shortage of opportunities to meet in the future. On the subject of Wangshu Inn, a chef here is highly talented. If I recall correctly, there was a cooking competition hosted in Liyue Harbor during the Moon Chase Festival. This chef was selected to represent the Dihua Marsh region, entered the finals, and took second prize. Culinary excellence should always be shared far and wide. Being up so high reminds me of another lofty location. Yes, one that the Adepti once took control of, long ago. It then fell into disuse. Whether anyone tends to it these days, I do not know. All right then. That is where I shall go tomorrow.
Obstacle for pantaloon.
雲の上に立ち、沈む月と昇る太陽を見ていると、時間があっという間に過ぎていく。そうだ。彼女には何回も会ったことがあるだろう。お前は見識が広く、優しい心の持ち主だ。自然と彼女とも親睦を深められるだろう。龍雲釈風神君はからくりの専門家、発明家とも言える。彼女は穏やかで心優しく、誠実でまっすぐで、かけがえのない師であり、そして友人でもある。俺の古い友人が言っていたが、日常生活の細々としたことについて知りたければ、3日3晩街を訪ね回るより、龍雲釈風神君に聞いた方が早いらしい。旅人、お前はどう思う？龍雲釈風神君は率直に物事を言うが、それは良いことだ。口では属性に近づかないと言っていても、実際は人間を守るのが好きなんだ。山の景色も十分に見ることができた。そろそろ場所を変えるとしよう。明日は、そうだな。北へ向かってみるか。リーユエ港だけでなく、警察層にも人はたくさんいる。見に行ってみよう。
身处云上，远望月落日升，时间也变得模糊了。正是，你应该见过他好几次，对吗？你见多识广，性格良善，自然能和他友好相处。流云借风真君是机关术专家，也可说是一位发明家。他心性仁厚温良，为人耿直真诚，是位不可多得的良师益友。我有位旧友曾说过，若是想知道些家长里短，与其寻街问巷3天3夜，不如找流云借风聊上1个时辰。旅行者，你觉得呢？流云借风真君心直口快，不是坏事。他嘴上说着不近凡尘，实际却很爱护人类。看了这么久的山景，也该换个地方了。明天，或许可以再往北边走走。除了璃月港，清侧庄里也有不少住民，去看看吧。
구름 위에서 달이 지고 해가 떠오르는 것을 보니 시간이 어떻게 흘러가는지 모르겠구나. 맞아. 몇 번 만나봤지? 자네는 아는 것도 많고 성품이 선하니 그녀와 사이좋게 지내는 게 당연해. 류운차 풍진군은 기관술 전문가이자 발명가이기도 해. 심성이 너그럽고 성격이 솔직한 그녀는 아주 좋은 스승이자 친구야. 내 오랜 친구는 자질구레한 일을 알고 싶다면 몇 날 며칠 온 동네에서 수소문하는 것보다 류운차 풍에게 물어보는 게 더 빠르다고 했지. 여행자, 자네 생각은 어떤가? 류운차 풍진군의 시원시원한 성격도 그리 나쁜 건 아닐세. 말로는 속세와 거리를 두겠다고 하지만 사실 인간을 아주 좋아하거든. 산의 경치는 충분히 봤으니 이제 자리를 옮겨야겠군. 내일은 북쪽으로 가볼까나. 리워랑 말고 경책 산장에도 많은 주민들이 있으니 가서 한번 봐야겠군.
Here above the clouds, where the moon sets and the sun rises before your eyes, one's sense of time becomes indistinct. Indeed. You have encountered her several times, correct? You possess a wealth of knowledge and experience, and you have goodness in your heart. Naturally, you are able to have friendly interactions with her. Cloud Retainer is an expert in the mechanical arts and an avid inventor. Generous and kind, honest and forthright. I treasure her as both a friend and teacher, the likes of whom are hard to come by. An old friend once said to me that if you ever have a question on the most trivial of affairs, 2 hours conversing with Cloud Retainer will leave you better informed than 3 days and nights talking to every soul in the harbor. Traveler, would you say you agree? Yes, Cloud Retainer does not waste words, but this is no bad thing. She may say that she prefers to keep her distance from the mortal realm, but in fact, she cares deeply for humanity. Yes. I believe I have gazed at the mountains long enough. Time for a change of scenery. Tomorrow. Yes. Perhaps I will head further north. Qingce Village is one of the more populated places outside of the harbor. I think I shall go there.
賑やかなリーウェ港と比べ、ここは静かだ。のどかだが、それでも祭りの雰囲気に包まれている。ここに来る途中、村のお年寄りが食事の準備をしたり、子供たちが消灯の編み方を習ったりしている姿を見た。懐かしいな。リーウェ設立当初の風景に似ている。あの時代、大人たちは皆戦や建設作業で忙しくしていた。年寄りと子供は互いに支え合い、質素で穏やかな生活を送っていた。確かに苦労したが、リーウェ人の考え方には前向きな思想が根付いている。どんなに日々が苦しかろうと、前へと進む足を止めることはない。古き時代に警察層は水地に侵された。それが沈められてからすでに数千年も経っている。その数千年もの間に人々は家屋を建て農業に勤しんできた。長い年月をかけ、ようやく今日のような姿になったのだ。水地は死後、その身を岩と川に変えた。その伝説を俺も耳にしたことがある。ロマンある伝説だ。だが事実は異なる。雄大な岩は1000代にわたってそびえ立ち、清らかな泉は万代にわたって流れる。人々がこの土地で生活できるのは彼ら自身の勤勉な働きのおかげだ。緑と水に囲まれたこの渓谷層は 稀に見る美しさと静けさを持った場所だ。そういえばケ作層の住民から新鮮なタケノコをもらった。リーユエ港へ戻ったらこれを使って旬の料理を作れるな。この季節のタケノコも稀に見る良いものだ。
与人声鼎沸的璃月港相比，这里清静许多，清闲，却也有节日氛围。一路过来，我看见村中老人准备饭食，孩童学边宵灯，真是怀念啊，像是璃月初见时的景象。那时候，成年人大多忙于备战或建设，老人和孩童也是这样互相扶持关照，过着简朴祥和的生活。确实辛苦，不过璃月人骨子里坚韧乐观。日子过得再清苦，前进的脚步也从未停下。古时，清侧庄曾受到吃的侵扰，平定至今已有数千年。千年里，人们建起房屋，播种良田，历经许久，总算有了今日这番景象。吃死后，其身躯化作山岩和流水，这样的传说我也听过。浪漫的传说，可惜并不符实。威严处千代，清泉流万载。人们能生活在这片土地上，靠的是辛勤劳作的双手。清侧庄山清水绿，恬静宜人，是不可多得的灵秀之地。对了，清侧庄的居民送了我新鲜竹笋，等回到璃月港，可以拿去做成应季菜品。这个季节的竹笋也是不可多得的好东西。
시끌벅적한 리워랑에 비해 이곳은 훨씬 조용하지. 조용해도 명절 분위기는 물씬 풍긴다네. 오면서 마을 노인들이 음식을 준비하고 아이들이 소득 만드는 걸 봤는데 정말 그립더군. 리월이 처음 생겼을 때를 보는 것처럼. 그 당시 건강한 성인들은 대개 전쟁을 준비하거나 집을 짓느라 바빴고 노인과 아이들은 서로 의지하며 소박한 생활을 했었지. 그래, 하지만 리월 사람들은 천성이 강인하고 낙관적이야. 아무리 힘들어도 앞으로 나아가는 것을 멈추지 않았어. 먼 옛날 경책산장에 교룡이 침입했었는데 그 사건이 안정된 지 수천 년이 흘렀지. 수천 년 동안 사람들은 건물을 짓고 밭을 가꾸고 오랜 시간이 지나서야 오늘날의 모습을 완성했어. 교룡이 죽은 뒤 그 몸은 바위와 물이 되었다. 이런 전설은 나도 들은 적이 있어. 낭만적이긴 하지만 사실이 아닐세. 수만 년 동안 바위는 우뚝 솟고 샘물은 끝없이 흘렀지. 사람들이 이 땅에 살 수 있었던 건 땀 흘려가며 일해온 결과야. 푸른 산과 맑은 물이 있는 경책산장은 평화롭고 고요해. 흔치 않은 아름다운 땅이지. 참, 경책산장 주민들이 내게 신선한 죽순을 선물했어. 리워랑에 돌아가면 제철 요리를 만들 수 있겠군. 이 계절에 나는 죽순 역시 흔히 볼 수 없는 좋은 재료라네.
Compared to the constant hubbub of Liyue Harbor, it is far more serene here. It is a pleasant and leisurely atmosphere, not unfit for a festival. On the way over, I saw grandparents preparing meals, children learning to make Xiao lanterns. It was quite nostalgic for me. It took me back to the very earliest days of Liyue's history. Back then, most able-bodied adults were busy supporting the war effort or helping to build the city. Like now, the oldest and youngest supported each other, living humble lives. Indeed, their lives were not easy, but the people of Liyue have tenacity and optimism in their bones. They will never stop striving for progress, no matter how much destitution they face. In ancient times, Qingce Village was once ravaged by the Chu. It is now several thousand years since it was put to rest. Over the millennia, people built dwellings and worked the fertile land, creating the spectacular view we now see today. That after it died, its body became the rocky mountains and flowing waters of Qingce. I too have heard this story. The idea is captivating, though I'm afraid it is pure fantasy. Lofty mountains have stood, and spring water has flowed here since time immemorial. That people now inhabit this place is solely because they have toiled to make it so. Qingce's verdant hills and stunning waters, paired with the tranquil atmosphere here, make it a place of extraordinary beauty. A rare blessing indeed. Oh, one of the villagers generously gifted me with some fresh bamboo shoots. They will add some seasonal flavor to a meal on my return to Liyue Harbor. Seasonal bamboo shoots are yet another rare blessing offered by Qingce Village.
今年の消灯と花火は例年よりも凝っているように感じた。諸々を巡り数々の収穫を得た。もしお前の意見を聞いていなければあれらの景色を見逃していただろう。感謝する旅人よ。リーウェの美しさは常に心に染み渡るもの。単独では美しく集団では壮大となる。その中にある深みは自分の目で見なければ味わえないものだ。今のリーウェ人は昔よりもせわしなくしているが、祭りの時には皆遠方より家へ戻り、かまどを囲んで喜びを分かち合う。その道中で見る風景はたとえ一瞬のものであっても心を癒してくれるだろう。旅人、この美しい景色はお前のものでもある。この先もまだまだ長い旅路は続く。お前にはやるべきことがたくさんあるのだろう。だがお前がリーウェへ戻った時には心安らぐような感覚を覚えてくれることを願っている。緑の丘に架かる橋には雨が降り、冷たき林道には明かりが灯る。雲に輝く星のように旅人が行く夜を照らさんこと。
今年的小灯和烟花似乎比以往更加精细了。四处走走，收获颇丰。如果没有听取你的提议，我怕是要错过那些景色了。谢谢你，旅行者。礼乐的美向来沁人心脾，独则清秀，群则壮丽。 个中情谊，唯有亲眼见过才能体会。如今的璃月人比过去更繁忙，但每逢节庆，人们总是不远万里赶回家中，围炉而坐，共享喜乐。沿途所见的风景，哪怕只是一眼，也能告慰心灵。旅行者，这份美景也属于你。旅途遥远，你还有许多事要做，但希望你回到璃月时，能感到自在畅快。青山雨外桥，寒林路前灯。愿如云中星，照取夜旅人。
올해의 소등과 폭죽은 예전에 비해 더 정교해진 것 같군. 이곳저곳 돌아다니다 보니 수확이 꽤 많았다네. 자네 제안을 듣지 않았다면 그런 아름다운 풍경들을 보지 못했을 거야. 고맙네, 여행자. 리월의 아름다움은 항상 마음을 즐겁게 하지. 가까이서 보면 수려하고 멀리서 보면 웅장해. 각각의 아름다움은 직접 봐야만 알 수 있어. 오늘날 리월 사람들은 예전보다 훨씬 바쁜 삶을 살고 있지만 명절이 되면 아무리 멀어도 집으로 돌아와 한 곳에 모여 즐거움을 함께하지. 길 위의 풍경은 잠깐 본다 해도 마음에 큰 위로를 줄 거야. 여행자, 이 아름다운 풍경은 너의 것이기도 해. 아직 자네한텐 기나긴 여정과 해야 할 일이 남아있지만 리월에 왔을 때만큼은 마음이 편안했으면 좋겠네. 비 내리는 산길을 다리가 이어주고 등불이 적막한 숲을 비추듯 하늘의 별이 여행자의 밤을 밝혀주길.
This year's Xiao lanterns and fireworks seem more exquisite than ever. Yes, after a most worthwhile journey. Had I not heeded your advice, I fear I may have missed out on the scenes I saw. Thank you, traveler. Liyue's beauty always gladdens my heart. There is everything from the graceful to the grandiose, from serenity to splendor. And the ways in which the sights of Liyue stir the heart, they must be seen to be experienced. The people of Liyue today are busier than ever before. Yet still, they head home when the festival season comes, no matter how long the journey takes, just for the chance to sit around the stove and share a joyful time with their loved ones. Even a glimpse of Liyue's scenery on their homeward journey can serve to comfort their spirits. Traveler, this view belongs to you as much as to anyone else. Though your journey ahead may be long and much awaits for you to accomplish, I hope that each time you return to Liyue, sights such as these will put your mind at ease. A safe haven between the mountains, a warm glow that guides you out from a dense forest. Like the stars in the sky, may the lights of this city always shine for you, traveler, even from beyond the clouds.